What's up people from the internet? This video, I am going to explain the exile, trial, and death of our national hero, Dr. Jose Rizal, but in a timeline. Dr. Jose Protagio Rizal Mercado y Alonso Realonda was a Filipino nationalist, writer, and polymath active at the end of the Spanish colonial period of the Philippines. He was a man of peace, a doctor, a visionary. Yet, his pen was powerful enough to shake the pillars of an empire. This is the story of Dr. Jose Rizal, not just the national hero of the Philippines, but a man whose final years echo through history with courage, sacrifice, and unbreakable spirit. On July 17, 1892, after being arrested for founding La Liga Filipina, Jose Rizal was exiled to Dapitan, a remote town in Mindanao. To the Spanish authorities, he was dangerous, but to the people, he was a beacon of hope. In Dapitan, Rizal built a life in exile. He opened a school, he treated the sick, he even helped improve local infrastructure. But here, he met Josephine Bracken, who became his companion. Though far from Manila's political unrest, his ideals quietly fueled a growing revolution. On October 6, 1896, on his way to Cuba to serve as a doctor, Rizal was arrested in Barcelona. He was accused of masterminding the Philippine Revolution that had erupted just 2 months earlier. Back in Manila, he was imprisoned in Fort Santiago, isolated, interrogated, and stripped of proper legal defense. Though he denied involvement in the uprising, the Spanish military had already cast him as the face of rebellion. The investigation was swift, and the verdict predetermined. Charged with rebellion, sedition, and illegal association, Rizal was accused based on forced confessions and twisted interpretation of his writings. His novels, intended to awaken the Filipino spirit, were now being used against him. He had long advocated for reform through education and peaceful means, but the court would not hear it. On December 26, 1896, a military tribunal convened at Cuartel de España. Rizal's fate hung in the balance, but in truth, he had already been decided. Despite a valiant defense from his lawyer, Rizal was found guilty. His words, his influence, his very existence had become a threat to colonial rule. Governor General Camilo de Falabella approved the death sentence without hesitation. On December 29, 1896, in his final hours, Jose Rizal found strength in his solitude. He wrote Mi Ultimo Adios, a farewell poem hidden in an alcohol stove, filled with love for the Philippines and hope for freedom. He comforted his family. He faced his fate with dignity. On the morning of December 30, 1896, he was taken to Bagong Bayan, now Luneta Park. He asked to face his executioners, but they refused. Bound and turned away, he was shot. But as the bullet struck, he twisted to fall facing the sky, a final act of defiance. In death, Jose Rizal became more powerful than ever. His execution lit the fire of resistance, uniting Filipinos in the dream of independence. But his greatest legacy was not just in dying for his country. It was in the life he lived and the truths he wrote. He believed in education, in the power of the pen, in a nation awakened not by war alone, but by thought, but by heart, by conviction. He challenged tyranny not with a sword, but with courage, compassion, and words that still echo in our classrooms, our laws, and our national identity. Today, more than a century later, Rizal lives on. In every student who questions, in every citizen who dreams of a better nation, in every Filipino who stands tall, knowing that our freedom was built on the shoulder of giants like him. Remember him not just as the martyr at Bagong Bayan, but as the soul of a nation still finding its way, still fighting for justice, and still daring to rise. Ang kabataan, ang pag-asa ng bayan. Let us not forget that our freedom was not given. It was written, lived, and died for. And now, it is ours to protect.